do when the messy middle shows up? See, the messy middle is when your brain is saying, it's throwing up all this resistance, and it's saying, I got a hair here, sorry. And it's saying, stop, stop, stop going forward. We want to go back over here where it's safe and familiar, where it's comfortable, where we know how to be, even if that really is not a safe place. Your brain is going to want to take you back there anytime you're looking to make steps to move forward. We call it the messy middle. And it shows up, and when it shows up, embrace it. Thank it for showing up and love that it's showing up, because it's an indication that you're making progress towards your goal, that there's new wiring starting to happen in your brain. Those old neural networks that want to take you back there and do the same old thing and create the same old result, those neural networks that were so freaking tight are starting to break up. And they're starting to break up, and they don't want to break up. And at the same time, while that's happening, when you've worked with a coach like us, we're creating new neural networks in your brain that will bring about the results that you want, the chosen results, that vision life that you're creating for yourself. So when you're in the messy middle, you've got those old neural networks breaking up, and you've got the new ones forming. It's the old ones that are saying, go back over here so we can strengthen ourselves again. Go back over here and continue to do that same thing over and over, because we know how to do that. We don't have to think about that. It doesn't require effort to do that, because we've been doing it for so long. We know that path. We can do that on autopilot. Here's what happens. The messy middle is going to show up. And you're going to question, am I doing the right thing? Should I even keep going? Is it worth it for me to keep going and go through all this ugliness that is happening at the moment? Here's the thing. If you want to create that vision life that you've set out to create, if you want to achieve that goal, if you want that new result, it is worth it. Because once you get through the messy middle, then you're starting to create the automation, right? Right now you're at the very beginning. Think of it like a plane, right? When you get on a plane, there's time to taxi out to the runway, and you're going from the destination where you are to a new destination, whether that's a couple hundred miles away, whether it's across the country, whether it's across an ocean. You're going to a new destination. Let's call that new destination your vision. Let's call the destination that you're departing from today. And today, you get on that plane and you say, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to go to this new destination. And I know that in order for me to get there, we got to taxi down the runway, and we're going to go through those moments where you feel the plane line up, right? We getting over to the runway, it's nice and easy, right? Things go nice and smooth. It can feel like a slow path. Sometimes it feels quickly. Sometimes we get stuck along the way and we stop. Now, once we get to that runway, think of the runway as the messy middle, because you can feel everything lock in. When you're sitting on that plane, your seatbelt's in, and the announcements are that, flight attendants take your seats. You know we're about to take off. You know that that engine is gonna start to roar, and you're gonna hear it roar. And then as soon as they let those brakes go, you can feel it, the momentum move. And you start to go down that runway, and you can feel it, and you can feel it, and it's shaking a little, and it's shaking a little, and it might feel like the plane's tipping back just slightly, and you're going down that runway, and then all of a sudden, whew, we're off the ground. And we start to climb and climb and climb. And here's the thing, we always hear that you're going to remain seated until you hear that ding that says we've reached a safe altitude where people can start to move about the cabin. Well, going down that runway, that's the messy middle. That's where the most problems can happen, takeoff and landing. It's not the flight between. It's not taxiing to the runway, although accidents do happen there, and accidents can potentially happen in the air. The most difficult part is getting all of that momentum, going down that runway and lifting off. This is the messy middle. When you want to go from where you are, which for me, it was having nightmares, night after night after night, reliving the abuse over and over, waking up with that scream caught in my throat and saying, all I want to do is have a peaceful night's sleep. The destination was the peaceful night's sleep. And in order to get there, there were many processes that I went through, many methodologies that I took. And as I was making these adjustments and making these changes, the messy middle showed up and said, oh my gosh, stop trying to do this. We want to go back over there. We want to go and have nightmares because we know they're going to come. We know what we're going to do when we wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We know that we're going to wake up wearing multiple layers of clothing because we were sleepwalking. We know how that works. So let's go back there. And the messy middle says, no, we don't want to have peaceful night's sleep. You have to get through that messy middle to achieve your destination. To go from doubting and wondering, will I ever have financial independence? Wondering, why do I keep doing the same thing over and over when logically I know it's not good for me? Why am I living paycheck to paycheck when I know how to create financial independence, when I know what's out there, when I know it's possible? Why do I keep going back to those same old relationships? Why does the same person keep showing up just in a different face? We get to go through the messy middle so that we get to step into the life where a new person shows up that treats us with love and kindness and says, I know you've been through a lot, and I see you. I see you. I don't see the abuse. I see the person underneath that. And I love you regardless of everything. I understand you went through a lot. I understand that those memories are still there, and I love you. And that's the relationship we're building, where you get to stand in your financial independence. Because when you have financial independence, you never again stay in a relationship due to finances, because you know that you've built a base and you've got income coming in that allows you to make choices based on what you want and based on who you are instead of your circumstances. So let's go. Let's go. Let's move forward, because the messy middle shows up for a reason. It shows up because it says you're making progress, and it's trying to stop you. Just recognize that's all that's happening. There's nothing wrong with you. You didn't make a wrong decision. You shouldn't turn around and go back. You don't need to doubt where you're going or why you're going there, because it's just your brain saying we want to go back to what's familiar. We know how to do that. We can do that on autopilot. It doesn't require effort from us to do that. It requires effort to make the transformation, to step into your destination, to step into your thriving life, to step into choosing financial independence, to create financial independence, to step into living out a life where you feel at peace and you have love for yourself and all others around you. And you get to show up with joy and create that ripple effect that I know you want to create. Because if you're anything like me, you want to help others never have to go through what you went through. You want to help prevent that. You want to help them get out of it if they're in it. And that's that ripple effect that you get to create, because now you've built the strength. And I speak from experience on this. The messy middle, yeah, it's been showing up for me a lot lately. I got big plans for 2024. Big plans. Like, it is a breakout year for me. Breakout year. I know I am destined to create this breakout year. I know my vision is so strong and that I am so connected to it. It is magnetically pulling me forward. And the things from the past and the things I used to do are saying, hey, go back over here. Go back over here. We can live like this. We've done it. We know how to do this. Why do you want to create change? Why do you want that vision? We're going to make you fight for it. And guess what? I'm up for the fight. And I know that you are too. So join me. Join me. Let me help you through that messy middle. Let me help you get so clear on where you're going and what you're creating in your life that it becomes magnetic. So that when the messy middle shows up, you recognize it for what it is, and you are so clear and focused on where you're going, it will not stop you. And that's what creates your breakout year. Do you want a breakout year in 2024? Come join me. Reach out to me, let me know. Message me, Mentor Me to Thrive. Go to the website, mentormetothrive.com. Let you and I get this going, because this is your time. We're going to break apart those old neural networks that were keeping you stuck, keeping you going back to that old relationship, keeping you going back to that same person in a different face, keeping you going back to living paycheck to paycheck, keeping you stuck and feeling trapped. Because your past does not have to haunt you for the rest of your life. And you get to decide that it does not, because you go through this messy middle and you come out the other side. So that if somebody says to you certain things about, oh, how dare you want to go for more? Who do you think you are to speak out against this? Which they've done to me lately. You get to say, you know what? I know exactly who I am, and I know where I'm going, and I know who I'm helping. And if you don't like that, that's okay. I'm not allowing you into my life to distract me. I'm moving forward without you. And that's fine. That's what you get to do too. You get to build up this strength within you. You get to tap into your resilience because you know it is there. So if you're ready to tap into your resilience and come through that messy middle and create that vision life that you know you are destined to live, let's go. Let's do this, because 2024 is a breakout year. And let's not wait until January 1st comes around. Get started on it right now in this moment. Do not delay. Your vision is too important for you to delay it. The more you delay it, the less likely you are to go after it. So go after it. Start today, and it all starts with understanding, yeah, there's some things going on in my brain that I get to clean up, that I get to go in and adjust and rewire. I get to say, hey, you know what? Those old habits aren't working for me. They're not creating the result I want. I want to break up those old habits, and I want to create new ones. I want to create new beliefs that lead me to my vision life. I want to create new beliefs that create financial independence. So let's go for it. Message me and let's get going. It's time. It is your time. And know this. I see you. I know you have so much value within you to share and to give to the world. I know that you want this. And I believe you will make it happen. I believe in you, and I see the value within you, even if you may not be able to see it in this very moment. Know that I see you. So come on in. Let's connect. This is Heather Dunlop. Always remember, you have strength within you.